I'm going to do something different right now. I'm going to talk about the World Cup of 2010, a tournament that I'm following with great interest. Of course, despite Sweden not being a part of it this year, the first time in 12 years, I believe. The first time in 6 tournaments they've not qualified. However, we have 2 coaches, unfortunately both of them being on their way out. Ivory Coast's Sven-Göran, he was coach for England as well, and brought them to their greatest success in championship tournaments in well, since 1990, so that's almost 20 years ago, when they went all the way to the semi-finals and lost in penalty shootout to Germany. And we also have Lars Lagerbäck, who is now a coach in Nigeria, a team that has a chance to qualify for the first round playoff if they beat South Korea today. But I'm going to talk about France versus South Africa, and to me, I was one of the few people before with my friends that actually said that I don't believe that France will qualify from the group, mainly to their internal problems within the squad. You have a trainer and a coach in Raymond Dominic, who is a jackass, if you ask me. He has no psychology and how to get a group together, and he doesn't care about the team. I actually don't believe he cares whatsoever. If you lose against Mexico, and all you do when Mexico scored the 2-0 goal, he stood there smiling about the whole story, and he didn't do anything. He didn't give the players instructions, he didn't root them on, he didn't try to motivate them, he didn't have a strategy, he simply didn't care. He didn't even use all his 3 substitutes that he can do in a game. He used 2 out of 3, basically telling the players and the world that I'm perfectly fine with how my team is playing. 2, he also said that, indirectly, he didn't say this literally, but indirectly this is saying, I don't believe any of the players that I can bring onto the field will make a difference. And 3rd, I believe that this team has reached its maximum potential of what it could ever reach. And if you have watched any of France's games, you will realize that they have played piss poor. There is a team that was the World Cup champions in 1998, winning at Stade de France. They went all the way to the finals, where the infamous Zidane, almost in wrestling style, headbutted one Materazzi, and he went out of the game, and Italy went on to win on a penalty shootout 4 years ago. There's a team that they haven't even scored, even less had a real shot on goal in 2 damn games. Today they face a team in South Africa, and African team's weakness, that's the organizational and the structural part of the game. They have a lot of cliques in the teams, fractions, a lot of bad attitude. I mean, here's Africans that have left the continent, they have become world-renowned international stars. They come back and they have behaved pretty poorly. Montari apparently sent home from the Ghana team. I don't know, the Ghana national team. I don't know if he has already been sent home. Samuel Eto'o has proven that he can have a very rough attitude. Ivory Coast have had their fair share of problems as well, and not to speak of Nigeria, that have had loads of problems. And they've said that thanks to coaches like Lars Lagerbäck, they have gained to uphold a great discipline. Their coach Lagerbäck has a great character. They now are focused on one thing, and he won't let the players have too much influence. He has his philosophy, and he's gonna live and die by it. Also, and a lot of people say, well, that's because the African teams, they have so much belief in the white man. I use that term loosely, but someone who's an intercontinental coach coming from Europe, because they have so much evolved. But I don't believe that's the case. I believe the reason why they are so fond of international coaches from other continents is because these coaches, they are independent. They are literally protected by their own governmental rights apparatus. They don't have to come from their own country being completely snowed in with the corporal politics and in the power struggles within the team, because they come from the outside. They don't care about the struggles. They set down the foot and they know what I want. Simply, they are independent. They don't need to be involved in these power struggles to motivate their role, because they can say, well, if that's fine, then I leave, I'll go back home to where I came from. So they are independent in that matter, and that's why they can make all these demands, and that's why I believe they bring them in, to simply have someone that isn't corrupted with players' interests and will take some player's side just in order to gain popularity and to be smooth. So that's why I believe they bring in so many intercontinental coaches. And tonight, South Africa versus France, it's all coming down to this. You have South Africa, a team, a nation that have poured so much heart into this tournament. They have been, you see South Africans at every game, they celebrate, they dance, they cheer, and they blow the vuvuzelas, and they simply try all they can. Their players on the field try all they can. They have heart, they have passion. Now what can you say about the French team? Yeah, you have the big names, you have the big paychecks, you have the big reputations, you have the international stardom. But what means more? Is it all of this, or is it what you've got inside of you? The passion, the heart, the willing to sacrifice something for your teammates? Is that what counts? Because to me, like I said, that's what it all comes down to today, to this game. And that's why I so much hope for South Africa to win. Because they have the support of the nation. Compare that to France, their own people, their own peers from their own country don't even believe in them. They don't even like them. They don't even want them to succeed. So, yeah, France, they have more talent, they have more stardom, they have more money, but I believe it's much less on what you've learned in life and what talent you have gained, and much more what you've got inside of your heart from the beginning. And that's why I so much believe, even though South Africa probably won't advance from the group if in case of winning, I still pray and hope that they will win today. And just like I said before the tournament, France will not, and I hope they will not, advance from this group, and I don't believe they will. Thank you for watching.